Good morning students, welcome to English class. Today we are going to start your English reader book of grade 3 of Max Learn Publications. This is your English reader book. I hope you all are having books in your hand right now. So we are going to start with the first chapter, that is A Loyal Friend. We all must have friends in our life. So can you tell me who is your best friend? What are traits of your best friend? Why do you need your friend? So let's start with the chapter now. Start with mind mapping now. Loyal. What is meaning of loyal? Loyal is someone who is trustworthy, devoted, faithful and true. So anyone who is loyal towards us has the following traits. Now comes the mind mapping of a friend. Who is friend? Someone who takes care of us, who loves us, who share the emotions, who share the things, who plays with us and never leaves us alone. So all these are the traits of a friend. We all must have friends in our life. So let's learn more about a friend in this chapter. Before that, let's start with the difficult words. Saint, a holy person. You can see the picture of a saint over here, which is a holy person. So the next word is withered. A plant has become drier and smaller. So you can see in the picture over here that there is no leaf, no flowers. So the plant has become the drier, which is withered. Next comes rotting. Rotting means decaying. You can see the picture and we can compare from here that this part of plant is fruitful and this is withered or rotting. That means it has no leaves and no flowers. Admired. Looked at something with pleasure. That means you can see in this picture that when we see this picture, we are feeling very happy. So whenever we feel happy to see something, that is known as admired. Next comes creature. Creature means an animal. You can see the picture of many animals over here. Creature can be an animal which lives on land, in air or in water. Troubled. Troubled means problem. So whenever you are in problem, we can say that I am feeling troubling now or troubled now. Stuck. Stuck means unable to move. When something is stuck, for example, an arrow stuck in the bark of a tree, that means this arrow is unable to move. So all these are the difficult words. You can use these words in your daily life, and one thing that you have to do is that you have to frame 2-3 sentences using each word and try to use these words in your daily life. So now let's move with the chapter now. Lesson 1, a loyal friend. I hope you all must have taken out page number 5 of your book. So let's start with the reading of difficult words first. Saint, withered, sickly, rotting, enough, poisoned, arrow, creature. Let's start with the reading now. In the olden days, near the city of Mathura, there was a huge forest. It was full of trees of all kinds. One day, a saint walked through the forest. He admired tall trees, the fresh green leaves and colorful flowers. The saint had never seen such a beauty. So, the meaning of this paragraph is that in the olden days, we are talking about Mathura. There was a huge forest. There was a big forest which has number of trees. Trees of all kinds. That means tall trees, small trees. So what happened? One day, a saint. Saint means a holy man. He was walking through the forest. He was going through the forest and he admired tall trees. Admired means he told that the trees are very beautiful, tall trees, fresh green leaves and colorful flowers. means he was feeling pleasure while going through the forest. The saint had never seen such a beauty. He was feeling good because he has never seen such a beauty. So now let's move to next paragraph now. As he walked, the saint came upon a tree that was withered, brown and rotting. He stopped and said to himself, surely no. So what happened now? As he walked in the forest, he came upon a tree. He saw a tree that was withered. Withered means that was dry, having no leaves and no fruits or flowers on it. Brown and rotting. Rotting means which is about to dead. He stopped and said to himself, surely no. Then he stopped there and talked to himself. Surely no bird or insect could live on this dying tree. He said to himself that the tree is drying. So obviously no insect or bird is going to live on this tree. But to Saint's surprise, there was a thin, sickly looking parrot sitting on a branch. But Saint was surprised to see a thin, sickly looking parrot. Sickly looking parrot means which is very thin, and he was not happy. He was sitting on a branch. Why are you sitting here, you foolish bird? Then Saint asked that why are you sitting on this rotting tree? He asked, aren't there enough living and fruitful trees around? He asked, there are so many fruitful trees, but why are you sitting on this dying tree? Why do you sit on a withered tree? The parrot bowed its head. Then he replied, O Holy One, I will tell you our story. Once this tree was tall and strong. It was more beautiful than all the trees in the forest. I was born under its leaves, learned to fly from its branches. From my earliest days, I found shelter and friendship in this tree. Then parrot bowed his head and tell the saint that, O Holy One, I am going to tell you the whole story. This tree was tall and strong. But what happened? One day he learned to fly from its branches only. He found shelter in this tree only. That means there was a bond of friendship between the tree and the parrot. But one day a hunter shot a poisoned arrow that stuck its bark. As a result, it began to wither and dry. But what happened? One day a hunter came and shot a poisoned arrow. Poisoned here means something which is harmful for tree. He stuck a poisoned arrow. As a result, it began to wither and dry. After that, the tree began to wither, becoming drier. What happened to the other birds and creatures who lived here? Asked the saint. Then saint asked from the parrot that other birds must have been there, so where are they now? They all left one by one, said the parrot. Why didn't you leave too? Asked the saint. How could I leave my friend in trouble? Replied the bird. Then parrot told saint that all the birds left one by one. Then saint asked, why didn't you leave too? Then bird said, how can I leave my friend in trouble? Then the saint said, if only people were as true to their friends, I will reward your goodness by giving you any wish you may ask. Then saint said, if other people are like you, that they are true to their friends, they are not leaving their friends in trouble, then I am going to reward you goodness, so you can ask for any wish. The parrot did not hesitate. Please make the tree like it was, my lord, he said. The parrot said that please make the tree like it was before. The saint laid his hand on the tree. It came back to life at once and burst forth with green leaves and flowers. Thus true friendship was rewarded. Now what happened? The saint laid his hand. He kept his hand on tree and it came back to life once again and burst forth with green leaves and flowers. That means the tree is alive now, and thus the true friendship was rewarded. And here friendship. Timeline of the lesson, a loyal friend. What is meaning of timeline? Timeline means the briefing of story. Now I'll brief you the story. What happened? One day a saint visited and admired the beauty of forest. He found one withered tree and asked bird how it happened. The saint admired, and when he was going in the forest, he found one withered tree. Withered tree means the drier tree, the tree that has no leaves and no flowers. Then he asked the bird was parrot, that how it happened, why the tree is withered. Bird told that one day a hunter shot the poisoned arrow and it became withered. Then Bird told that one day a hunter came for hunting and he shot the poisoned arrow. Poisoned arrow means an arrow that has something which is harmful for tree. And after that the tree became withered. Saint asked the bird, why was he sitting on it? Then Saint was surprised that why the bird is sitting on a withered tree, although there are so many colorful and bright trees are there. Bird replied, how can I leave my friend in trouble? Then Bird told the Saint that how can he leave his friend in trouble? Then the saint became happy and he rewarded the goodness to bird by making the tree alive. So this was the story of your chapter. Now comes the moral of the lesson, a loyal friend. The moral is a true friendship is always rewarded and we never have to leave our friends alone. Thank you. I hope the moral of the lesson is clear to you all and you all have understood the chapter. Thank you.